Hi, kindergarten friends. My name is Miss Cindy, and I'm here today to talk with you about a holiday that we have coming up soon. Can you think to yourselves what holiday might be coming soon? Did you say Thanksgiving? I bet you did. Thanksgiving is coming soon, and this lesson is all about being thankful, because sometimes it's not easy to be thankful. Sometimes you might be having a hard day, and you might be thinking about things that are wrong or that are making you sad. And we are supposed to remember to always be thankful. So I want to start by reading you a really cool Bible story. I have this special book. It's called Read Aloud Bible Stories, and it has big pictures in it. I think you're going to like it. And you listen close and try to think for when the person is thankful. You listen close and find the thankful person in the story, okay? This is taken from the Bible, Luke chapter 17, verses 11 to 19. It's called The Man Who Said Thank You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 men were sick. They were so sick, the doctor could not make them better. They were so sick that they couldn't stay with their mommies or their daddies or boys and girls. They had to stay outside by themselves. All of them wanted to be well so that they could go home. One day, the 10 sick men saw lots of people coming up the road. "Look at all the people," somebody said. "And look, isn't that Jesus?" "It is Jesus. He can help us." Jesus was far away, so the men yelled in big voices, "Jesus, help us! Jesus, help us!" Now Jesus knows everything, and he knew what they wanted right away, so he called back to them. "Go to the men who work in God's temple church. Let them see if you are all still sick." I'm glad to tell you the men did just what Jesus said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sick men started down the road. Step, 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 step. All at once, somebody said, "Oh, my hands, they're better." Another man said, "My arms, they're better." Somebody else shouted, "Jesus has made us well. Now we can go home." And away they hurried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men. Just 9. One man did not hurry home. That man wanted to say thank you first. He ran back to Jesus. "Thank God," the man shouted. "I'm well. Thank you," he said to Jesus. "Thank you, thank you." Jesus was pleased, but he was sad too. "Didn't I make 10 men well?" he asked. "Did only one man come back to say thank you?" Then he told the man that he could go home. What did you learn from this story? One thing we learned is that Jesus was pleased when the man thanked him. And Jesus is pleased when you tell him thank you. So let's think for a minute of some things you can thank Jesus for right now. I know that I'm thankful for my family, but there's lots of other things that I'm thankful for too. One thing I'm thankful for, like when I was your age, I would be really happy when my mom didn't make the vegetable that I didn't like. Broccoli. I really did not like broccoli, and so when I would come to dinner and there was no broccoli, I'd be very thankful. And Fridays, I'm super thankful about Fridays because that means tomorrow is Saturday, and Saturday means no school. I'm thankful about that some days too. So you think to yourself, what are you thankful for? I have another friend here. This is my pretty bunny. Do you have any soft, pretty stuffed animals at your house that you like to snuggle with? This bunny here is here today because she wants us to tell you a story about being thankful. This story is called The Bunny of Bluebell Hill, and it should remind us to be thankful for what we have all the time. Let's see what my poor bunny fell over. But Bunny, we're going to read your story right here. And pay attention to this story and see just what you have to be thankful for in your house. The Bunny of Bluebell Hill. At the top of Bluebell Hill, there was an old oak tree, and underneath that oak tree, there was a burrow, and in that burrow lived a bunny. It was a very nice burrow with 4 little rooms and bluebells, that's this flower right here, growing by the front door. But Bunny didn't like it. "I am bored with this burrow," said Bunny to herself. "I am tired of walking up and down this hill. I am fed up with being hit on the head by acorns, and I am very, very bored with bluebells. I want an exciting new home." So without further ado, she set off to find herself one. Bunny's friend Squirrel took her to see his high-rise treehouse, but Bunny didn't have a head for heights, and her big paws just weren't meant for jumping about from branch to branch. "I'm sorry, Squirrel," said Bunny. "I think I need something a little closer to the ground." The next animal Bunny visited was Badger. He lived in a mossy bank in the heart of the old forest. It was dark and still among the trees, and there weren't many passers-by, which was just the way Badger liked it. "But it's too quiet for me," said Bunny. "If you like company, why not try living by the river?" suggested Otter. "There's always lots going on down here." But Bunny only had to take one look at Otter's houseboat to know that would not suit her. "It's much too wet for me here," she wailed. "Well, there are the meadows. Field Mouse lives over there," suggested Otter. Field Mouse seemed happy living in the meadow, but no matter how hard she tried, Bunny just could not get comfortable there. For a start, there was no shade anywhere, and when the sun beat down, it was very hot. And the pollen from the poppies, that's this flower here, was extremely sneezy, and wheat stalks were scratchy. So that was no good either. "What about Owl's house?" suggested Field Mouse. Owl lived in the loft of the old barn. It was certainly dry and very clean, but there was something wrong with that too. "It's just too drafty," said Bunny. Would she ever find a new home? In the shadow of the mountain, the little rabbit found an empty cave. It was slightly gloomy, but at least there was lots of space. She thought it might be just the place until she heard a rumbly sound. A low, grumbly, growly sort of sound. Can you make a sound like that? Then she realized it was Bear's house. "And Bear snores too much," said Bunny. "I couldn't possibly live near him." Bunny was about to give up looking when she came across a smart blue door amongst the twisted roots of a chestnut tree. "This could be perfect," said Bunny to herself. But something seemed wrong. The place had a funny smell, a frightfully foxy sort of smell. And suddenly Bunny felt very afraid, and she ran away as fast as she could. Bunny ran and ran past the barn and the field, the river and the forest, all the way back to Bluebell Hill. She ran up the hill, past the bluebells and the oak tree, and straight in through her own front door. Bunny looked around her little burrow. It's not too hot or too wet. It's not too quiet or too noisy. In fact, it's the perfect place for me, said Bunny happily. And so it was. The end. So my friends, you see that Bunny here learned a lesson. That oftentimes we don't appreciate what we have until we go looking around and realize that we need to be thankful for where we are. God has a purpose for you right now in this time, and we need to be thankful for what we have and take good care of it. I will see you next time.